Ladies and gentlemen, you don't need to make noise to make an impact. The world is full of distractions, full of people shouting for attention, trying to grab your eyes and ears, trying to sell you something. But the truth is, the real work, the real progress happens when no one's looking. When you wake up early, when you grind long after everyone else has gone to bed, that's where your greatness is born. When no one sees you pushing through the doubts, the setbacks, the hard days, that's when the foundation is being built. You don't need validation, you don't need applause. The only thing you need is commitment. Focus on what you can control. Perfect your craft. And when the world is ready for you, when your moment comes, that work will speak for itself. Some folks spend their lives talking about what they're going to do. They spend all their energy on the noise. But the real ones, the ones who make it, they keep their heads down, they keep moving, and they keep getting better. Day after day, hour after hour. So don't worry about the crowds. Don't worry about the likes, the comments, the recognition. Work in silence. Let your actions echo louder than any words ever could. Because the truth is, success doesn't need an audience. Success doesn't need applause. Success needs consistency. It needs dedication. It needs that quiet, relentless commitment to your craft. Keep pushing, keep working, and when the time comes, let your results make all the noise. In life, there are many distractions, many forces trying to pull you in different directions, to make you conform, to make you act in ways that might seem easy or appealing. But the real key to success, to meaningful, long-lasting success, is rooted not in the loudness of your actions, but in the quiet consistency of your dedication. It's in the moments when nobody is watching, when you're not posting for the world to see, when no one is around to validate you, that true growth happens. When you focus on consistent, quiet dedication, you enter a state where you are free from the opinions of others. You're no longer motivated by the applause or the acknowledgement. You are motivated by the drive inside you, the deep desire to become the best version of yourself and to continually improve. This kind of commitment requires more than just doing the work. It requires a mindset, a way of being that values long-term progress over instant gratification, effort over recognition, and discipline over external rewards. The world will always offer you shortcuts, easy ways out, and temptations to skip over the hard parts. It will tell you that you need to show off, that you need to hustle and flaunt your journey to be seen. But the truth is, these things rarely build anything of lasting value. They might gain attention, but they don't create substance. The real foundation of success is built in those quiet moments when you're putting in the work without anyone's eyes on you. It's when you rise early, when you stay late, and when you keep going despite the doubts, the setbacks, and the challenges that come with pursuing anything meaningful. We live in an age where we're often distracted by the constant need for validation, whether it's through social media, public praise, or approval from peers. Many people are more concerned with how others perceive them than with the work itself. But when you take a step back from that noise, when you decide to focus on the task at hand, your world begins to change. You stop looking for external validation and start trusting the process. It's this kind of focus that allows you to keep moving forward, even when the world around you seems to be standing still. You learn to fall in love with the grind, to embrace the process of becoming better, no matter how small the steps may seem in the moment. Every small effort you make compounds over time, creating something powerful and profound. It's easy to get discouraged when you don't see immediate results. We live in a world that values speed and instant outcomes, but the most rewarding achievements often take time. They require patience and resilience. They demand that you stay consistent, even when the rewards don't seem to come quickly. Consistency, however, is where the magic lies. When you stick with something day after day without worrying about when others will notice, you are building something far more valuable than recognition. You're building mastery. Mastery is not a result of quick wins or grand gestures. It's the product of quiet, persistent effort. It's in the thousands of small decisions, each one driving you forward, that your skills become sharp and your capabilities multiply. There's no need for loud proclamations when you've done the work. The quality of your work speaks for itself. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Your dedication and your results will show that you're committed to the long haul. At times, the world will try to distract you and people will question your choices. They'll ask why you're putting in all this effort without showing any immediate payoff. But those who have succeeded through quiet dedication understand that the results will come, but only if you remain true to the process. There's a deep understanding that success doesn't happen overnight, and that every step you take, every hour you spend is leading you towards something greater. Even if others don't recognize it right away, you know that the value you're creating is significant, even if invisible at the moment. In the quiet moments when you're working without fanfare, there's a transformation happening inside of you. You begin to shift from being driven by the opinions of others to being motivated by your own internal standard of excellence. You stop looking for approval and start pushing yourself to be the best you can be, not because someone is watching, but because you know that your growth is its own reward. The value of this dedication becomes clear not just in your results, but in the person you become in the process. This journey requires resilience. It requires the ability to keep going when the road is tough, when you're tired, and when it feels like progress is slow. But resilience is built through action, through showing up day after day, even when it seems like the results aren't visible. And in these moments, when others may lose their way or become discouraged, you will be the one standing strong, continuing to do the work, not because it's easy, but because you know it's necessary. The consistent effort, even in silence, is what makes the difference. So much of the external noise can make us feel like we need to hurry, that we need to accomplish more faster or we'll be left behind. But the truth is, the slow, steady path is the one that ultimately leads to success. The noise, the distractions, the short-lived excitement, they don't create real, sustainable achievements. It's in the quiet determination, in the commitment to something greater than yourself, that you begin to see real progress. And that progress doesn't need to be broadcast to the world to be meaningful. You'll notice that over time, the people who are constantly seeking attention, trying to prove something, or bragging about their achievements often end up burning out or fading away. Their noise doesn't last. But the quiet ones, the ones who put in the work without the need for validation or external praise, they build something that lasts. Their results, their integrity, their growth, it all speaks louder than anything they could ever say. It's tempting to look for shortcuts, for the easy way out, but there's no substitute for hard work. Success doesn't come from taking the easy route. It comes from pushing through the tough moments, sticking with it even when no one else is watching, and remaining dedicated to your vision and your craft. You can't cheat the process. You can't fake consistency. The only way to truly achieve greatness is through quiet, focused dedication to your goals without expecting the world to applaud every move you make. Over time, you will begin to see the fruits of your labor. They may come in small increments at first, but they'll grow, and soon others will take notice. But even then, remember that the true reward is not in the recognition, but in the satisfaction of knowing that you've stayed true to your path. The quiet dedication you put in, the hours spent honing your craft, will be reflected in the depth and quality of what you produce. And ultimately, that is what matters most. So, in this world that loves noise and attention, be the one who works quietly. Focus on the work, trust the process, and let your actions do the talking. Success will find you not because you sought it, but because you earned it. You didn't need anyone else's approval to get there. You were your own biggest motivator, and that's what makes the journey worth it. Keep your head down, keep pushing forward, and let your dedication lead the way. The results will come, and when they do, you'll know that it was all worth it, every quiet moment, every silent step toward greatness. Let results speak for themselves is a phrase that carries significant weight in both professional and personal realms, underscoring the power of tangible achievements and outcomes in establishing credibility and value. At its core, this expression emphasizes the importance of actions over words, promoting the idea that outcomes should be the primary metric by which one's capabilities, efforts, and contributions are evaluated. It is a call for authenticity and an implicit challenge to those who rely too heavily on rhetoric or promises without delivering concrete results. In a world often dominated by self-promotion, social media personas, and endless discussion, the concept of letting results speak for themselves is more relevant than ever. Today, we see a shift in how success is measured. The traditional models, which often valued appearances, charisma, or even reputation, are being challenged by the need for proof. Whether in business, sports, education, or even in personal relationships, what ultimately matters most are the outcomes that are delivered and the impact that is created. The phrase suggests that actions, when performed consistently and successfully, will make a far stronger statement than any words could. In this sense, it positions results not only as a reflection of one's competence, but as a testament to one's integrity and reliability. In business and professional environments, letting results speak for themselves has become the gold standard for success. The ability to meet targets, generate profit, drive innovation, and improve efficiency are the metrics that companies, clients, and stakeholders care about most. Words such as "I will" or "I promise" often fade into the background when the proof of performance materializes in the form of successful projects, increased sales, or market share growth. An employee who continually delivers exceptional work, surpassing expectations and solving critical problems, will earn a reputation far more quickly than one who talks about their potential or future goals. The true measure of success in such environments is the outcome, not the potential for it. This reality also shapes the landscape of leadership. A leader who can achieve tangible results, who leads by example, and whose decisions result in visible success commands respect and trust. On the other hand, a leader who merely speaks about vision, progress, and change but fails to produce measurable outcomes will eventually lose credibility. The business world thrives on accountability, and it's the results that ultimately decide the fate of individuals, teams, and even entire organizations. The phrase, "let results speak for themselves," could be seen as a challenge to leaders to demonstrate their leadership through action, not words, and to show measurable outcomes that prove their strategy and direction are effective. Leaders who can achieve real change, drive positive results, and foster innovation are the ones who truly leave their mark. Even in areas where success is more abstract, such as creative industries, letting results speak for themselves remains highly significant. In fields like writing, filmmaking, or art, where subjective interpretation often clouds objective measurement, the impact of the work can serve as the ultimate testament to its value. A film that resonates with audiences, a book that inspires readers, or a piece of art that ignites conversations all provide concrete evidence of their worth. While an artist or creative may discuss their vision and process, it is the reception of their work that truly speaks volumes about its quality. An artist's reputation, no matter how established, relies on the ongoing success of their projects and the positive reception of their audience. It's the connection between the work and its audience that defines its place in the cultural narrative. Sports offer one of the clearest examples of the power of letting results speak for themselves. Athletes who consistently deliver on the field, whether through scoring, setting records, or contributing to their team's success, are remembered far more for their accomplishments than for the pre-game interviews or sound bites. Results in the form of wins, championships, and personal bests speak louder than any promotional campaign or public relations effort. The world of sports is built on results, the final score, the statistics, and the records that accumulate over time. In this domain, the scoreboard never lies, and an athlete's legacy is defined by what they achieved, not what they said they could achieve. Similarly, coaches and teams are judged by their performance, not by how well they articulate their strategies or plans. It's the execution of those plans and their successful outcomes that count. Education, too, embraces the idea that results should be the primary metric of success. The most effective educators are those who foster an environment where students consistently achieve success, whether through exams, projects, or skill development. While teaching methodologies, passion for the subject, and the ability to inspire are all valuable, the true impact of an educator is reflected in the achievements of their students. A teacher can speak endlessly about their teaching philosophy or their strategies for student engagement, but it is the grades, graduation rates, and success of their students that ultimately define their effectiveness. The results, whether academic or personal, offer the true measure of the teacher's influence and the quality of their instruction. This focus on results extends beyond individual endeavors. In organizations, companies, or movements, the collective results are what matter most. A company may promote its mission, values, and goals, but it is the ability to consistently meet those goals that defines its success. A product may be marketed as revolutionary or life-changing, but it is the sales, customer satisfaction, and real-world impact that determine whether the product lives up to its promises. For organizations that focus on social or environmental change, it is the measurable impact, whether in terms of people helped, lives changed, or problems solved, that will define their legacy. In this sense, the outcomes become the proof of a mission's worth, validating the efforts and resources invested in the cause. Similarly, social media influencers, celebrities, and public figures are judged by the real-world outcomes of their activities, whether through the success of a project, the influence they exert on a cause, or the measurable impact of their engagement with their followers. Even in personal relationships, the idea that results speak louder than words holds true. Actions such as being present for loved ones, providing support in times of need, or demonstrating care through consistent efforts often speak louder than any promises made. A person who says they care about someone but consistently fails to show it through their actions will find their words hollow. On the other hand, someone who consistently shows up and demonstrates care, empathy, and support, even without vocalizing it frequently, builds trust and strengthens bonds through their results. This principle applies across various types of relationships, whether between family members, friends, or romantic partners. Ultimately, the strength of these relationships is measured not by what is said, but by what is done. The importance of letting results speak for themselves also comes into play in the digital age. In a time when social media and digital platforms have become central to communication and influence, many are keen to present curated versions of themselves, often highlighting achievements, successes, or dreams. However, the true measure of success in these platforms is not merely the number of followers or the frequency of posts, but the tangible results one produces. Social media influencers and digital creators who focus on creating value, whether through entertainment, education, or other forms of content, are often those whose work resonates with their audience and creates lasting impact. Their success is reflected in the engagement, responses, and influence they achieve, not just in their visibility. The phrase encourages a more authentic approach to success, focusing on the lasting results of one's efforts rather than the fleeting nature of attention or popularity. This approach of letting results speak for themselves is not without its challenges. In a world where instant gratification often takes precedence, it can sometimes be difficult to remain patient and trust that results will eventually come to the forefront. There may be times when the fruits of one's labor take longer to manifest, and during these periods it can feel as though one is working in the shadows without immediate recognition. However, the power of results lies precisely in their ability to stand the test of time. What might go unnoticed in the short term often reveals itself in the long run, as sustained effort and consistent performance yield meaningful results. Moreover, the notion of results being a form of proof does not discount the importance of processes or strategies. Achieving meaningful results often requires a sound plan, a methodical approach, and continuous learning. The results may reflect the success of a strategy, but they also highlight the effectiveness of the process behind it. This principle, while emphasizing the importance of outcomes, acknowledges the value of the efforts that lead to those outcomes. The results are a direct reflection of the quality of the work and the dedication put into achieving them. Letting results speak for themselves also aligns with the idea of humility. It suggests that one does not need to boast or overstate one's accomplishments. When results are strong enough to speak on their own, there is no need for unnecessary self-promotion. The proof is in the pudding, as they say, and it is this natural demonstration of success that resonates with others. In contrast, individuals who feel compelled to overstate their abilities or promise more than they can deliver often risk falling short of expectations. The danger here is that when results fail to materialize, the discrepancy between words and outcomes can lead to a loss of trust, whereas those who let their results speak for themselves build credibility without needing to assert it overtly. This concept of letting results speak for themselves has become a guiding principle not only in professional and personal endeavors, but in the very way people live their lives. In an age where words can be easily manipulated or distorted, results offer an irrefutable, transparent truth. Achievements, accomplishments, and success are the true markers of one's journey, and they stand as a testament to the power of consistent effort, strategic thinking, and purposeful action. Whether in business, education, sports, or personal relationships, the principle remains the same: results are the ultimate proof of one's value, and when they are substantial, they leave no room for doubt.